What is it you desire? Is it honor and pride? Power or influence? Money and riches? Revenge? Or to transcend all, that is life itself? Hello everyone and welcome to the Animezilla, and today let's go over episode 1 of The Tower of God, a brand new anime series that is recently aired, and honestly this series was pretty good for first episodes and first impressions go. The animation and art style is unique and yet really nice to look at and easy on the eyes. You don't have to strain yourself while watching it, which is very good. Music and voice acting was actually really great too, although I did see in the comment section that people have said the voice actors have changed. Now this means that it's an adapted kind of thing. However, that being said, this is completely new territory for me, and what I've seen in this episode, I loved it. So let's start off with the opening. The opening itself was amazing both in visuals and in music. The visuals show us that there is a lot of layers to our main protagonist, and that ultimately leads to more development and character building, which I'm excited for because, as you all know, I love some good character development. The music helps to reaffirm that this intro and this series is all about motivation and pushing yourself further beyond, because it's a very emotional and motivational sort of sounding soundtrack that they use for this opening. Now, if you look at some of the images that I put on screen here, we've got struggling, which is what you could call the one of him drowning. However, you could also put that down as pressure, because sometimes you feel like you're drowning under pressure of needing to do something or to achieve something. You've got the picture of him with the moon behind him, standing like he's almost being hung, symbolizes death. As we learned in this episode, he is not afraid of death, in most sense. We've got the picture of him cowering down on the floor, looking like he's lonely. Now, this could mean two things. A, he is scared and he is lonely, and that is, kind of true. And you need to factor in the fact that he was, in fact, sealed away or trapped underneath a massive boulder or something. And maybe he's just scared to be alone after that instance. But it could also mean the fact that he has progressed to the point where he is a child, basically. And we've seen that in this episode, but I'll go into that in a bit more detail in just a second. And finally, if you see the image just behind me, then as we see throughout the entire opening, he keeps fading and coming back and fading and disintegrating, and that shows determination. So, the opening itself, really, really good. So then, the story. The story is about two people who enter the tower to seek what they desire. One person is a female who is called Rachel, a girl who wishes to see the stars because, as it seems, the world is kind of like either underground or it's got like a really murky sky that you can't see the night stars. Pretty cool. And you've got the main character who's a male called Bam. And basically he wants to just be wherever she is. Now, you might be thinking, really? He's just a leech and a tag-along? Actually, no. He's a lot better than that, and I'm going to explain in a minute as to why I say what I say. However, let's talk about Rachel first. Rachel, something really interesting about Rachel stuck out to me in this episode, and that was her kind personality, and the fact that she was very caring and loving and warm and friendly, and yet she still wanted to basically give all of that up, leave Bam behind, and basically go and challenge the tower. But remember, the fact that Black March, who is basically a lady inside of a sword, again I'll explain in a moment, mentions that when the two characters meet again, she might not be the same person, or things won't be the same between them when they meet up again. Now, what I took from that statement and that quote is two things. One, this could be a great way to develop the character of Bam and give him more character development and showcase his character a lot more, because they could have it to a point where Rachel is either dead or is killed in front of him, causing Bam to find another purpose in his life and in his quest to climb the tower. However, the more likely scenario would be that she tries to kill Bam. Because she knows what Bam's personality is like, she knows what his weaknesses are, and what his strengths are. Therefore, if she's in a situation where she has to kill someone for herself to survive and for her to keep her dream alive of seeing the stars, I can see that happening. And that again would make it so that she has character development, as well as having Bam have character development. Because as we know, just by looking at this first episode, the tower can drastically change one person's heart, as it's not for the kind and soft-hearted person. So then, I mentioned Bam being a bit more than what meets the eye. So let's just go and talk about that, shall we? So, Bam to me is a really cool character. And that is just my personal opinion. You might think otherwise, and that's perfectly fine. However, I honestly started off this episode not liking him. I was thinking, oh great, he's just going to be a helpless character that's just going to try and run after the female. But no. Yes, he wants to meet up with his friend. And yes, this is purely a friendship at this point. There is nothing in this episode to indicate otherwise. Now, if you look at the drive and determination that this character has that pushes him to a new level of badassness in this episode, he basically doesn't fear death, especially when he's super focused. Now, I need to say when he is focused, because this episode still shows that he does have a level of wimpiness about him. However, if you notice, this episode does in fact explain to us that Bam is almost like a baby. He has forgotten his memory, and he was trapped and left alone for so long. So the fact that Bam wants to be with this character all the time is not a bad thing. It's like a baby wanting to be with his mother all the time. To Bam, this character of Rachel is the character who basically saved him. She broke the seal or the rock that was covering over him and trapping him, and she basically brought him out and she taught him everything that he currently knows. Now, one intriguing thing I did think of was that when we see Bam kind of turn into that sort of serious type mode of personality that he has, maybe, just maybe, he wasn't trapped and he was sealed away, and adding the memory loss to that could mean that he's been there for a very long time, and maybe when he's ultra focused, his past self, so his memories that he lost, suddenly come back for a split second, causing him to basically be a top tier character, like we've seen already. But then obviously, when he's not super focused, he regresses back to this baby-like character because he just doesn't know everything. That's why he's scared, that's why he's frightened. That's why he's trying desperately to meet up with his friend, because that's where he feels safe. So that's what I got from Bam's character. It's a very intriguing and in-depth and kind of a very layered character, in my opinion. And honestly, for both characters overall, they both have great voice actors and voice actresses, and they both have great character designs. And I'm looking forward to seeing where these two characters go in the future. Now, we do see some more interesting characters from this episode. We don't see a whole lot of them, but towards the end we see these two characters, and one of them reminds me of Nagisa from Assassination Classrooms. And I don't know, it's just the fact that the character on your left hand side, the one with the light blue hair, he pulled out a briefcase with a knife in it. It just totally reminded me of something Nagisa from Assassination Classrooms would do. And just look at their outfits. Coincidence much? And then the other one, the little girl with the sword there, she reminds me of Premier from Sword Art Online, one of the video games. I think it was Hollow Realization, or Hollow Defragment. And just take away the green skin and give her normal skin color. I can see the resemblance. Anyway, I'm interested to see what these two characters have in store for us moving forward, because they both seem like formidable and strong characters, and we're now in a situation where we have to whittle down the numbers, and things are going to get a bit heated and a bit spicy, I reckon. Now, there is a girl that gives Bam a weapon known as Black March, and that character was pretty fun. She's like a princess type of character. Her personality was pretty great, and I liked her character overall. And Black March herself, which is the lady that lives inside the sword that the main character currently possesses was very interesting. But she only helps out the hero because he's kind of cute. Now that actually made me go, hold on a minute. Is that what every Soul Reaper from Bleach had the problem with? Does their Zanpakuto not think they're cute enough? Like, just imagine if Captain Zaraki was just a bit cuter. Maybe he would be way too overpowered. That would be scary. Yeah, good thing he's not. Anyway, I love this character. This character seems great. She seems kind of like a mothering type of character again. But Bam is that character that needs that kind of figure, in my personal opinion. You might think differently of Bam that way. If you do, then let me know your thoughts on that character down below. All in all, like I said, the animation was fantastic. Easy to see, easy to watch. Nice and easy. The subtitles didn't get lost, which is sometimes a problem with some shows. And the animation, it was like a sketchy effect, but it was really nice to see. And it was unique and different, which is something I can applaud. Music and sound effects, all brilliant. Designs of characters, fantastic. And all in all, I'm looking forward to see where this series goes. And I'm going to keep covering this amazing series, unless it gets super boring. But it's up to you to subscribe to the Animezilia today, so you can follow me on the journey throughout the Tower of God. Other than that, I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new so you never miss a video from me. And until next time, I hope you have an amazing day, and I shall catch you then. Bye!